like falling deeper. Colder nights 난 너무 싫어. 기다리기에는 너무 길어. 줬던 내 사랑이 식어. 기대만 하는 것도 난 힘들어. No I can't, just can't. 가져 내 마음을 마저 내 가슴을 다 바쳐 사랑하기에 내 자신이 너무 걱정돼. 바보 같은 생각이야. 알아 멍청해. 상상만으로도 좋은 상상만으로도 힘든 이중적인 면을 가지고 있어. 사랑이라는 거 oh yeah. Baby can't you come with me. Can't you hold my hand and live. 근데 있잖아 너라.
Hello. Okay. Today's race day and I'm so nervous. I'm really nervous. I didn't sleep great last night because I was nervous. And how many hours did I sleep? 7 hours. It's not that bad, but I usually get like between 7 and 8 hours without fail, but sleep was interrupted according to my watch, and I definitely felt, you know, kind of like when you're tossing and turning, definitely felt that. But that's fine, putting that behind us, moving on. The plan is to drink lots of water, stretch a tiny bit because my body feels a little bit stiff, which isn't great, and then get ready and go. I've decided to stick to kind of my usual route. Why do I keep saying today? That's weird. I've decided to stick to my usual route, and the reason I've decided to stick to it is because it's familiar, and I feel like the closer, like if I try keep as many of the variables the same as like what I'm used to, that's just going to work in my favor, versus if I try change too many things, I don't know, I feel like I'm just going to get stressed, and instead of focusing on my running, I'm going to be focusing on other things. So I'm going to kind of stay local and just do the routes that I've kind of been doing since I started training, and they're not going to be 10k. I think the most that I've done here is just under 6k, so I might have to do it again, which isn't ideal. That's something I feel like I really struggle with, like, oh, I'll just do the same thing again and see the same things again on my run. But I don't know, I feel like I don't really have another option at this point. The really annoying thing about doing this kind of run virtually is, like, number one, I have to think about the route by myself versus just showing up and then just running where everyone is running. But then also things like water, like I don't because I'm not like super clear as to the route. I don't have like specific points where I can be like, well, can you wait for me here and give me water? But then also just kind of the energy and the environment. Like obviously race day is really, really fun, and there are loads of people and there's music, and the energy of everyone running with you is, I've never experienced that, but that seems really, really fun. But I've got another 10k in July, so it's not the end of the world, and I'm gonna do this one, and I'm gonna try really, really hard to just be kind with myself. When I finish it, that's going to be a massive accomplishment. Like a month and a half ago, I hadn't run more than 1 kilometer, and now I'm doing 10k, so that's a massive, massive thing for me. and I'm really proud of like myself just putting in the work and like the determination to kind of just do this and signing up for something that really terrifies me. And I'm a runner now, and that's really exciting. So anyways, I'm going to just chill out a little bit. I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have some vitamin C water, and also I'll just quickly show you, I bought this strappy thing for my arm so that I can put my phone in here and just run in a t-shirt, because it's 16 degrees and it's really hot. And the last run I did, which was a 3K on Thursday, I ran in my jacket and it was so hot and I just felt really sick. Like I was so sweaty and I was like, I don't know, like just the heat, it wasn't good. So I'll run in a t-shirt or like maybe like a sleeveless top and then have that for my phone. And the other, oh my god, excuse me, I need to get some coffee. The other thing, I'll just show you the stuff that I got. So I got this for after. I don't know, maybe I'll have this now, to be fair. Maybe I'll have this now. But it's basically 0 sugar, 0 calorie, caffeine hit electrolyte sports drink. So I got this one. I might just have one of those tablets now instead of coffee. Vitamin C, I'm like trying to get into the habit of just taking one of these every day because it just makes me feel good and it gets me to drink more water. So I only have one tablet left, so I bought another one. And then I bought these. Now, I have never ever used gels before, and a lot of people who are in my life who've run have told me to get gels and to start experimenting with them. Now, I don't know how intelligent it is to be using gels on my first ever race, but I do feel like I will need them. So far I've done about 3 5-kilometer runs and I have felt fine on those runs. However, it was a lot cooler than it is now, and I think the heat obviously just makes it more difficult to do stuff, like to activity wise. So I'm gonna take those gels with me, and if I need them I will use them, if not then I won't. But I was, again, I'm just a bit nervous about the heat. I don't do well in the heat in general, and running in the heat is freaking difficult. So anyways, I feel like I've waffled on. I'm going to head now, drink my water, chill out, and then I'll update you when I'm in costume. I'm a mess. I did it and I didn't stop. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. That's the most I've ever run. Like,
우회전 taking a ride to Jonah Lake 눈치 보면서 들어가 할 때 찾아 나머진 바빠 개설레임 바꾸는 사람들 시간만 지나가 자신감 가지고 해와 그냥 천천히 들어가야 해 어쩔 때는 무작정 들이밀기만 하지만 그런 거랑 차이가 있어 baby 풍선을 타고 난 날아올라 yeah, 풍선을 타고 난 날아올라 yeah, 풍선을 타고 난 날아올라 yeah, 풍선을 타고 난 날아올라 하고 싶어
Very eventful few days, and I feel like I haven't really kind of spoken to you guys and talked you through a bunch of stuff. So first thing is first, I ran the Vitality 10K. I ran the 10K yesterday. I ran it in 1 hour and 15 minutes and 2 seconds. I didn't stop the entire way. I ran consistently. I'll put my stats here. And it was really good. Like I think I really surprised myself. A part of me really deep down thought I'm not going to be able to run this thing in full. I will stop at some point and that's okay. But I didn't. Like my body felt really good during the run. I feel okay now. It's the next day. I feel okay now. I'm a little bit sore like here, and my legs are a little bit sore, like my calves are a little bit achy, but not as bad as I had anticipated, which is really good. I also have these like burns on both arms. This one isn't as bad, but this one is pretty bad and pretty painful, and that's just from this movement. I don't really know what to do to make sure that that doesn't happen again. Apparently it's quite normal, but it is quite sore. So lots of stretching, foam rolling, water, good nutrition. Although yesterday after my run I just devoured a pizza about 3.5 hours after I'd finished, 4 hours after I'd finished, and I had a really long soak in the bath, which I think helped in terms of how I feel today. So yeah, that was my run. And then yesterday evening I went to the Colosseum Theatre to see the first preview of My Fair Lady. Now My Fair Lady is one of my favourite musical movies. My sister and I grew up watching it constantly. Like we would watch it all the time, and we know all the words to all the songs and we know all the dialogue as well. So this was a show that I was really excited to see, and I was so happy that I got tickets to the first preview, and it was absolutely beautiful. I was so happy that they kept the show so close to the movie, like they didn't really change very much. The sets were gorgeous, the costumes, it was really funny as well. Like they had added some kind of comedic elements to the show, which was really great. But yeah, it was such a lovely evening, and it was quite an emotional day yesterday. I never thought that I'd be able to run 10K. The most that I had ran before yesterday was 5.85 kilometers, and I ran 10K, and that's massive for me. It just goes to show like what we can do when we stop limiting ourselves. We all have these ideas about what we can and cannot do, but I made myself a promise beginning of the year that I would stop limiting myself. If I physically cannot do something, I can't do something, like there's nothing I can do about that, but I'm gonna give it a try if I want to do it, instead of just saying, oh, I can't. So that was yesterday. Today I have a really exciting day. I'm doing something that I've never done before. The London Musical Theatre Orchestra puts on what they call a Sitzprobe every single month. Every single month they choose a new musical, and if you are on their newsletter you are invited to apply. They tell you, okay, we're going to be doing this musical, apply if you want to apply, and you fill out a really short form, and if you are accepted, you get offered a place to come to their Sitzprobe. And it's one day, and it's on a Sunday, and it's today, where you show up and you have been kind of, you get asked as well, like if you play an instrument, you'll be like, let's say you play violin, you may be part of a violin group. If you are a singer, they'll ask you kind of what voice type you are, like what your range is like. I'm an alto 2 in this Sitzprobe that I'm doing today, and I'm not actually an I mean, I can sing an alto 2, but like I think I'd be more comfortable singing an alto 1 or even a soprano 1, because I'm trying to extend my range. So my singing teacher did say to me like, oh, you should have picked to sing a higher bit, but I'm more comfortable singing lower range, like in a lower kind of register for now. But anyways, so they kind of sort you into that like different categories, and they tell you, okay, you're going to be singing an alto 2, and then you show up on the day, you get sent the music. I feel like I'm doing a really poor job of explaining this, but basically you show up, you get sent the music beforehand, and you kind of learn on the day the entire score of the musical, and then at the end of the day you perform it, but you don't perform it for anyone apart from everyone who's taking part in it. So you just make noise together and you're a part of that. And I've never done something like this, and it's super exciting. Every single musical theatre show that is put on does a Sitzprobe. So it's essentially when the singers and the orchestra come together for the very first time, and they put what they've been learning together and working on together. So the voice elements and the music elements get put together, and that's what we're doing today. So we're going to work on the voice elements, and then the musicians. There are so many different musicians, so many different instruments are going to be involved in this kind of what's it called, score, and then we'll put them together in the evening. And I'm so excited because I've never done something like this. I'm not allowed to share kind of the musical that we are doing, but it is a known musical, and I watched the movie a few weeks ago. I've seen it before, but I hadn't seen it in a while, so I just watched it to like refresh my memory. I'm just so excited. It's going to be such a fun day. So that's essentially what is happening today. I'm not allowed to film anything with audio, but I am allowed to film bits there, so I am going to take my camera and try really hard to kind of film what I can, so that you guys can kind of get a sense of like what a Sitzprobe looks like, and I obviously can have that to look back selfishly. But yeah, it's been such a great weekend, and I'm just so happy. Hello again. As you can see, it's the next day. I have had the best weekend ever. One of the best weekends ever. I've had such a good weekend. I feel very like energized. My cup is full. I feel very happy and really excited for a new week. Look at my arms, by the way. So yesterday I had to grab a plaster and like put it over this horrible thing because just moving my arms, it was really painful. And then yeah, it's just not good, is it? I'm just gonna let it breathe today. But anyways, yesterday was such an incredible day. It was my first ever sits, and I arrived at a little bit before 10. They let us in at 10. Everyone was so nice. Like, I had a friend who was coming, Emily, who I met on my musical theatre course, and she arrived a little bit later, but everyone was so lovely, so welcoming, so friendly. I've never seen so many people wearing dungarees in my life. So many different coloured dungarees. It was just amazing. So we got inside, and then the girls were in one room, the boys were in another room, like female voices, male voices, and we kind of sat by voice type, so like sopranos 1s, 2s, and then altos all together. I'm an alto, so I kind of sat in my group and found some friends, which I kind of stayed with till the end of the day. And we were there for a few hours. We ran through the score, everything that we were kind of a part of, and then we had a little break. Then we came back, and then the boys came in, so the tenors and the basses, and we ran through everything again, and we put everything together, and we went through bits that needed cleaning up. Then we had another break at 4:15, I think, 4:15, 5:15? 4:15, 5:15, we had another break, and then we got let into like the big hall where the orchestra was, and they sat us again by voice type, and then we did it. We put everything together, so the entire score with the orchestra, the principals, like the soloists, and it was incredible. Like, just to be a part of that sound, the talent in that room was exceptional, the energy, everyone was so lovely. And I made some new friends, which was just such an amazing thing, because it's really difficult to meet people in London who are similar to you and who have like your interests and stuff, especially because I work from home. So I met some really lovely people that I'm going to be seeing again, and it was just such an amazing day. And like, overall my weekend was, oh goodness, what's going on? My weekend was amazing, and I just feel so recharged and so happy and so excited for the coming week. I have something really exciting planned for the end of this week. I haven't planned it, my sister has planned it as part of my birthday gifts. My birthday is not till the 26th of May, but this is like an earlier thing that we're doing, which I'll tell you more about later. But very happy. I hope you are doing well and had a great weekend. I'm going for a walk now with my sister. It is currently just turned 7. So we're gonna go for a walk and then come back and crack on with work. But I hope you have an amazing day wherever you are in the world. If you've stayed till the end of this video, thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Sending you much love, and I will catch you next time. Bye.